I'm Simona Barca, your neighborhood reporter in College Station. With the election approaching, many young voters are preparing to cast maybe their first ballot ever. And with such a tight race, their vote could be a deciding factor. The future is in the hands of our young people, and that couldn't be more true of this election.
Policy is going to look more and more like what young people want.
The last two presidential elections have turned out historically high numbers of young voters, and this year, experts are expecting the same.
The lack of enthusiasm, the lack of support that we were seeing under Joe Biden, it's disappeared. Kamala Harris has energized young people, and especially young women.
I asked Dr. Kirby Joy Dell, who's a political science professor at Texas A&M University, if young voters could decide the November election.
Absolutely. The one I've been calling this the everything, everywhere, all at once election, because what we have witnessed 2016 and 2020 are really very, very close elections.
To put in perspective just how close those elections were, Dr. Joy Dell puts it in Aggie terms.
In 2016 and 2020, if you took Kyle Field and you could move the number of people who show up for a Saturday night football game and you could move them to separate states, you could have swung the election in favor of Hillary Clinton in 2016 or Donald Trump in 2020. The margins in some of these swing states are so small that everything matters.
So if young voters can determine the election, what are the issues that matter to them?
Healthcare, in particular women's right to abortion, common sense gun laws, climate change.
Abortion, voting rights, and also student debt relief.
Dr. Joy Dell says while young voters tend to be more left-leaning, there is a gap between young men and young women. Polls show Kamala Harris has a 47-point lead among young women versus a 17-point lead among young men.
If you're watching politics right now and you're saying where is the country going, this difference between young men and young women is one of the most fascinating things.
For information about where and when to vote, we'll have a voting guide on our website. I'm Simona Barca, your neighborhood reporter in College Station.